everyone. Hello. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Happy Father's Day to you. All of you are dads. Happy Father's Day to your dad if your dad has passed away. And happy Father's Day to him. Happy Father's Day. Yo, hello.
Yes.
Hi, men.
Father's Day, fuck Juneteenth. It's not, that's a fake fucking holiday. So it's Father's Day.
It is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. I hope you guys spent some time with your dads. I had a little bit of time with my dad today. It was really nice. I love my dad. He raised me and everything, and I owe so much to him. So I love my dad. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm having a fantastic day. You know why?
Why?
Because today is House of the Dragon Day. That's why. Okay, look, we're going to get through this stream so quick because I want to go watch House of the Dragon.
Works for me. You can go watch House of the Dragon. I was up until like 1 a.m. this morning playing D&D with my siblings. Well, playing D with my siblings until like 11 something, but then I had to drive home. So that was fun. And then I watched the replay of the wrestling event from last night. So I'm running on fumes at this point.
I am hyped. I am not running on fumes. I have been gone for like a week. I've been gone, but I am back. I'm ready to, boom, hit everything head on. I got back and I took like a day off. I was gonna start streaming right away, but I took like a day because just all of that travel. Oh my gosh, I did so much traveling. I just needed to sleep, so I took a day and I slept. Disparu's in chat. Hi, Disparu. Disparu knows this. Like, I will sleep after I travel.
I tell people, I
crash.
I told my D&D group, like, for every hour of time difference, you need to give yourself the equivalent of a day. So even if it's an hour time difference, you have to give yourself a day rest to have your body catch up.
Like this, I slept the entire flight back from America. Yeah. Like I will sleep on the plane and then get home, go to bed, and not wake up until like mid-afternoon the next day. Like I will sleep after I have traveled. I will sleep my ass off after I've traveled. I don't know what it is, but it takes it out of me. Even if it's just, and Disparu's traveling from like America to the UK, from the UK, he's doing that long distance. I'm just going, a few hours here, a few hours there, right? Because I have like the layovers and everything, and I'm still just like I'm wiped. Just being on a plane just wipes me out. But I'm still kind of like I'm a nervous flyer, so I'm always like on edge whenever I'm in the plane. And one of my flights back had so much turbulence. I literally thought like it had so much turbulence, and then the flight attendant did the thing where like she walked really fast, down the aisle to go sit down, and I'm just like, oh my god, oh my god.
I feel like I'm going to have to be there to calm me down.
I'm so nervous.
I was like considering that I've like flown in like C-130s and things like that, which are far worse
I got
than the
so
aircraft.
nervous.
I'm like nothing. Just about nothing phases me. I'll just be sitting there.
I'm a horrible flyer. I'm such a nervous flyer. I'm better now. I used to be really bad. Like I would start crying at takeoff and crying at landing. Like I used to be really, really bad at flying. Now I'm better. Like I've flown a bunch. So like now I'm a lot better, but I used to be worse. Like I used to be really bad. I used to have to take medicine to just calm me down before a flight. But yeah, that happened. And then on that same flight, I always buy like the internet, the Wi-Fi. I always buy it on the plane because I want to like look at everything. I don't want to just watch whatever movies that they have for me. Like I want to keep watching all my stuff, even though I've downloaded stuff, and I never watch any of the shit that I download onto my phone to watch on the plane. Like I never watch any of that. I always just end up, on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. So I'm looking at stuff and then I'm reading articles, right? And one of them is like about a plane crash, and I'm reading this while I'm on the plane, and I'm just like, oh my god. I can just get it out of my phone. Yeah, it was really bad.
I would confiscate your phone at that point.
It had a bunch of turbulence and it freaked me out.
So I would confiscate your phone at that point.
Oh my gosh. Some poor sod watched both series of Halo. Oh my gosh. Yeah, You know what I watch? I watch all of the movies. Like, if I watch an in-flight movie, it is like something that I don't want to go and watch in the theater. Something that I skipped out on. So that's how I watched Wish. Was on a plane, and I ended up falling asleep. It was bad. I was like, let me put this on, because if I put this on, I have my AirPods in. If I put this on and I fall asleep, it's not a big deal because I don't really care about the movie. So I put it on and I'm like, watching it, and I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. The next thing I know, I'm like waking up because we're landing. Holy shit.
That's not a good sign. Oh, to be fair, I fell asleep through the first Thor. I was exhausted, so I was like on my way back home. But like Thor was on, and I sat down, and like watching because it was like playing on, like for the in-flight movie, and I just passed right out.
I always, I don't know what it was. I just completely passed out. I didn't even remember passing out. I just fell asleep. That's all I fell asleep while watching Wish. It's not a big deal because that movie was garbage. And I even like tried watching it again because on another flight.
Mm-hmm.
No, couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I don't even remember. I was just like on the phone. This flight. Anyways, hello everybody. Welcome to Talk Nerdy. We're going to talk a little bit about the Acolyte today. We might talk a little bit about Blade, Inside Out 2, Furiosa. We might cover those topics today. Mostly the Acolyte. I've watched it. Mara hasn't.
No, because I love myself. That's why I didn't watch it. I know it sounds mean.
Mara hasn't. Mara hasn't been watching the Acolyte, but I've been keeping up with it. All right, I've been keeping up with the Acolyte just to stay on top of topics. Right, just keeping up with it. But you know what, Mara? If you don't want to watch the Acolyte, you know what you can watch? Disbrew's reviews, because he has like the best reviews for television shows. That's why I was watching like Velma. All of Velma, even like the new season of Velma. That's how I'm watching it. I didn't watch that. What is it called? The one with like the mom and the sons, where they're like MILF Manor. I never watched that show, but I watched Disbrew's reviews of that show.
Okay, honestly, Disbrew, I don't know why you put yourself through that. Was a thing. It is a thing. I saw a fucking ad for it because a woman gets kicked out because she has a boyfriend, and they were like, you can't have a boyfriend while you're in MILF Manor. So it's like,
I didn't even know that was a thing, but I watched MILF Manor through Disbrew. I think that's how I watched like the Kenobi show, because I didn't watch Kenobi. But yeah, like they're really, really good. But hello everybody, let me say hi. Who is here? Heath Nation, Bradley Scott, Conroy Sperian. Hi, Sperian. I hope you're doing well. I hope you traveled well. Your travel went well back from Dallas. The Dallas meetup happened. I saw Sperian there. Dude, that was a lot of fun. That was probably, you know what? Everybody was talking about like all of the drama. I didn't even know that any drama happened. I had no idea until like the meetup was almost over. Was when I found out about it. I had no clue that there was drama that happened at the meetup. Because I was at a table, right? I was at like the merch table, and just talking to people. Anytime I left the merch table, it was either to go get water or to go to the bathroom. Like that was the only time. Like I was busy during that meetup, but it was so much fun. I am so happy that there was one like in Texas that I can just quickly drive down to and then drive back. But yeah, that meetup was a lot of fun. A lot of people came to that meetup. It was incredible. So many people came to that meetup that I got to see. So many like new faces and old faces that I've seen before at meetups. Yeah, I had a lot of fun at that meetup. And I think like the next one's going to be in October. Next one's going to be in October. There might be one before that, like in between or whatever, but I'm not sure. But I know for sure there's going to be one in October. So I'm excited about that. Who else is here? Wiley Dave. Hi, Wiley Dave. Gravy D. Teray is here. Of course, Disbrew is here. Psychotic Mongoose. Hale, what is up? Philip. Tiny Metal Trees. Mike Hill is here. Hi, Mike Hill. Bird Up. Maldi, I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Happy Father's Day. Joe C with a gifted membership. Thank you very much. As well as Justin Martin's gifted a membership. Thank you very much. If you were gifted a membership, please go to the the community tab. Go to the community tab. I have a private Discord just for my members. It's members only. hang out there. We talk a little bit. Mike Hill with a member message. Hey, Steph and Mara. I watched Inside Out 2 today. It was good, not great, and it didn't have an emotional impact the first one had. Yeah, it was it wasn't great. I went and saw Inside Out 2 as well. I went there with a couple of friends. It was okay. It was a safe movie, and the reason I say it was a safe movie is because it's basically Inside Out 1 all over again. She's just older now. I think it's still weird that I think that the first Inside Out movie is fine. It's a good movie. It's a great movie. It's a movie that doesn't need a sequel, right? It doesn't need a sequel. Like it ends and it's adorable. It has an open-ended ending, right? What could happen? Like that's cute, but it's also an ending, right? But of course, with Disney being Disney.
But it has a message, it has a message that, it's like, because you have joy throughout the entire movie, trying to keep sadness, away from, controlling Riley's emotions, and the universal message at the end of the movie is like, sometimes you need all your emotions. Sometimes it's like okay to let it out, to cry and things like that. Sometimes you need sadness. So it's like you need all these emotions in your life. And
that's the same. And that's the same. It's like Joy regressed for Inside Out 2, because she had to learn the same lesson again.
Oh, goody.
And she almost had to sort of teach anxiety the same lesson, because anxiety comes in and she kind of takes over. Mm-hmm. Actually, I don't know if it's a she or whatever, but I'm going to say she comes and kind of takes over. They've also convoluted a little bit. Riley, you know how Riley had the islands of personality?
Yeah.
Now it's sort of like she has those islands as well, but those islands also trickle down and make up a brand new tree that's in headquarters, and it's Riley's sense of self. It is the weirdest thing. They made it brand new for this film.
I thought the islands themselves were her sense of self.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying they made something new that wasn't in the first one. So it was easy to follow in the first one, right? You had her islands of personality, and each one fell, when she started making all of those really bad decisions. She just has no personality, couldn't feel anything until sadness came back and helped her, cry or whatever. But this is odd. So she can still feel, because she has all of her personalities or whatever on the different islands, but now they're all connected to one central nervous system that builds a little tree looking thing, and that's her sense of self. And that's what anxiety takes apart, right? She takes off the sense of self. It doesn't really have any effect on Riley. And then she starts building a new sense of self that's just anxiety ridden. But yeah, it's really odd. The movie isn't good. I mean, the movie is fine. It's good, but it's just a retread of the first one. I didn't like that. I already think it's weird that there's another Pixar movie focusing on a girl's puberty and all the emotions that she goes through during puberty. That's already weird. But this one almost has the message she's happy with her family. And you know how they have the islands, right? All of her islands of personality. Her main island is her family. Right? And that is her main island. And it's the main island because her parents are, who are the ones that shape her. And, they put her in hockey. And they go skating on the ice rink. And, and they support her during hockey. They're all goofy with her. So she has Goofball Island, right? She has Friendship Island. Well, now Family Island has shrunk down, and it's only been a year. She's 12 and then she's 13. So it's only been a year. But Family Island has shrunk down so small that Joy pulls out a pair of binoculars because sadness is where's Family Island? Friendship Island is huge. Okay. Friendship Island is gigantic. And Joy's oh, it's down there. You can see it. It is so small. It is so small and dark. It is tiny and dark. And I looked at that and I was oh, okay. Yeah. So it's not about the family that you're born into. It's the family that, you create around you, right? It doesn't matter about the family that you're born into. I was just I didn't really like that. I didn't really like that. I was like,
not really,
well,
especially not just in a year. I'm not excusing it, but I could maybe see it shrinking just a little bit, like when she's like 16, 17, things like that. You know, like basically a period where she thinks she knows it all, sort of situation. Not
right,
within
but
a
she's only
year.
13.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's only
13.
13. I feel like, you start to, I don't know, like your friends like become almost the center of your world when you're like, 16, 17, when you're really trying to figure out who you are.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's that type of thing. But when you're 13, you are heavily reliant on your parents. And you still go to them for comfort.
Trust me, chat. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say what we went to our parents for, but it's like basically it was like things start happening. I'm like, okay, is this normal?
Yeah, you still exactly. Yeah, when you're 13, you still go to your family for comfort. Like your mom is, the main person that you go to for comfort. Your dad is who you go to for wisdom. Like your parents are still very much involved in your life. So for it to be that small after a year, it was kind of odd. Maxfield, hello. Yeah, it was kind of odd.
Yeah, that just seems odd to me.
So it was fine. Like it was a good movie. I think that like Mike Hill says that it didn't have the emotional punch as the first one. I don't think it did because it's kind of like the same thing. It's Inside Out 1 just repackaged, with new emotions. And let me tell you, it's pretty much the joy and anxiety show. Because like in the first one, all of the emotions, had their time to shine, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of them did. Like you got to know every single emotion, right? There's joy and sadness went off, because they had to get back to headquarters. So they had their own adventure. And so did
disgust, anger,
and fear, right? They all had their own thing to do. Like they introduced these new emotions, but they barely do anything. They barely do anything. Like they don't really contribute much, other than I think like is it depression? What was the big one at the end?
Was that Ennui?
Oh no. Henri is he does like two things in the movie.
Okay, so I guess that's the big one.
Envy barely does anything in the movie. She's basically there to admire what's her name? She's there to admire anxiety.
Oh, the big one's embarrassment.
Embarrassment, yes, embarrassment. I think like embarrassment did one brave thing at the very end, which is completely out of character for him because like he was completely on board with anxiety's plan. So I don't get it. I don't understand. It's the joy versus anxiety show throughout the whole thing. And yeah, Joy cries again because she comes to a realization or something. She learns another lesson. So yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to be watching Special Copy tomorrow. I'll let you know what I think, but yeah. So
how are the new emotions? They barely do anything.
Yeah, introduce more emotions, but yeah, I was going to focus on anxiety because remember all the shit you went through during puberty? Pretty much.
By the end, they show Riley having an anxiety attack. Oh, she also has like this deep, dark secret, right? Because when they get put into oppressed emotions or suppressed emotions,
okay,
they have to like be saved by Riley's deepest, darkest secret. Her favorite like television show dog, which I thought that was kind of funny. Like she has like a favorite like preschool show that she still kind of watches, and it's one of her secrets that she still really likes the show even though she's 13. Which again tells me like she's still a child at heart. She needs her parents. So like why is Family Island so tiny? But whatever. And then like this video game character who she has a crush on are all in this vault of Riley's secrets, right? And then she has like they save her and everybody escapes the vault, but then like her deepest, darkest secret doesn't want it. He like goes back in the vault and they're like, aren't you coming? And like, I don't think we're ready for that yet. And I'm like, what's her deepest, darkest secret?
Especially at 13. Like, what the hell are they trying to introduce?
What is the deepest, darkest secret of a 13-year-old?
She
So
was
yeah,
she
they're
doing
like,
lines or something before
not
each
right
hockey
now.
game or something?
You're not ready to deal with that yet. Like, oh, it's just like, what is her deepest, darkest secret? What's going on here? She's 13 years old.
Yeah.
It's like being a grown adult that still likes SpongeBob. Hey, I love SpongeBob. I was watching SpongeBob last night. And I don't hide it. It's not a secret. It's very much out there. So yeah, the movie was just okay. It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't great. It wasn't the best thing ever. It was okay. But it's trending. Like, there's a bunch of clips on TikTok and Instagram, like a bunch of like sound bites from the movies, are going viral and stuff. So a lot of people are watching it.
Was it like,
a lot of people are watching it because it made a lot of money. Look at this.
And I want to see what legs it has because like it's made bank opening weekend.
Yeah.
But I want to see like what word of mouth does, especially since Despicable Me 4 is coming out in a few weeks.
Inside Out 2 thrills with historic 295 million global bow. Like, I international bow. I knew it was gonna do well.
Well, it's gonna do well because it's a sequel to a movie that from Pixar that's well loved, well received.
Yeah.
So it's gonna the sequel is going to do well because people are going in with the mindset, well, it's by the same people who did the first one, so the sequel should be just as good. So.
I think it's gonna do well. There's not a lot of stuff out there that's for kids, right? But we're gonna see if it continues on like this. If it continues on like this, doing very well at the box office. I don't think it's going to be a "we forgive you, Disney, Pixar, here comes your fan base, we're going to come back to you." I don't think it's going to be anything like that. I just think that right now kids are out of school.
Yeah.
Kids are out of school and it's the first movie to release during the summertime. So yeah, people are going to go watch it. But we'll see how well it does or continues to do. Like I said, I watched it. I thought it was okay. It wasn't the greatest thing ever. It's basically like if you've seen Inside Out 1, you've seen Inside Out 2 because it's the same movie, just with more emotions. We'll see how it continues to do, especially when when Despicable Me comes out, because that movie is like getting heavily promoted. I mean, everywhere I look, I feel like there's a Despicable Me ad. Like even with cars, like I think it's like the Volkswagen. There's like a Volkswagen Despicable Me commercial. Like it's everywhere. That is being heavily advertised. So this one not so much. Honestly, this one not so much. So like they're spending a lot of money. Despicable Me spending a lot of money on advertising because I'm seeing it everywhere. So. We'll see how well it continues.
Maybe I don't know. I'm just guessing with the mindset with Inside Out 2 is they were just, I guess, banking on the nostalgia for the first one for the marketing pretty much. Because I really, like you said, I maybe saw the trailers. That's it. And there's really not much difference between the trailers. So nothing really caught my eye for the second one.
Yeah. I don't know how well that's gonna do, honestly. I'm looking forward to Despicable Me because I like those movies. You know what movie is doing really, really bad? It's gone. It's bye-bye. It's Furiosa.
Hey Rhino, are you still in the chat? Did you see Furiosa? I bet you did.
Did he? I didn't see it.
I bet he did. I bet he did. He loves the Acolyte and he loves Furiosa.
You know what's really funny? Hi, Cappy Nova. I had no idea this was Chris Hemsworth.
Okay, I thought I was tired. I at least knew that from the trailer.
I didn't know. I'm talking about like from the very first trailer when it came out. I had no idea that was Chris Hemsworth. I was like, whoa, who's that? I was like, I was like, he must be new. I had no idea. Oh my gosh. Furiosa Mad Max Saga falls short at the box office with lackluster numbers. They're blaming it on the, it doesn't have a Mad Max.
Well, first off, Fury Road did not even have Mad Max in it as well. It was basically basically a Furiosa movie trying to be thinly disguised as a Mad Max one. Pretty much.
But you know what? How dare they? How dare they? Because I thought that, women-led franchises, women power movies, right? Strong women are what people wanted to see at the box office. How dare they say that the absence of the iconic Mad Max, a man, in Furiosa may have contributed to its lackluster performance? So are you saying that this movie, led by a strong female character, needed a man to carry it? How dare you?
Shocker that people would want to see the actual Max character in a Mad Max movie. Shocker. And people don't really want I think people are over the saga films because not every franchise needs to be a saga. Not everyone franchise needs to have an expanded universe to it. Pretty much when people see Mad Max, they think of the character Max. They think of what Mel Gibson played. That's what they want to see. That they see that name, they're like, okay, I want to see that character. Where is he now? What adventure is he on? That's what they want to see. They don't. Most people, okay, this is anecdotal, I know, but most people I talk to do not give a shit about the other characters. They can happen around Max, but Max is still a central character.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the fact that they called it Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, just call it Furiosa. Just call it Furiosa.
Yeah. Old man Max, basically.
I mean, I thought that I saw a couple of reviews saying that it was fine. That it was a good movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But people didn't like Fury Road. And they're making a movie about a character that ticked people off in Fury Road.
I guess. I don't know. I didn't see Fury Road or Furiosa. So women together strong. Well, you know what? Women, all of you women that went out to go and see Barbie and support Barbie. I mean, that was a female-led movie. So is this. Obviously, Hollywood is telling us that these are the kinds of movies and how women are, depicted in movies that we want to see. They're telling us that these are the women that we want to see.
Obviously.
They're giving us our strong women characters. Why aren't women going to see it? They even, baited us with Chris Hemsworth here. They're like, here, we'll give you a man. We'll give you the manliest of all men, Chris Hemsworth, with a big, ugly nose, with a nice, huge schnoz. But we didn't go see it because we don't really care.
No.
Women didn't support it. Audiences didn't support it.
They think we don't know our own minds, pretty much. They think we don't know our own minds. We are giving you what we think you want, or we want you to want. Never mind what you actually want. Because screw that, pretty much.
They gave you Hobo, Chris. Are you not satisfied? I know.
What was his character's name? Dementus or something like that?
I have no idea. No clue. I didn't even know this was Chris Hemsworth. They uglified him. They gave him big old schnoz. They were like, you know what? You want Chris Hemsworth? Well, you know what, Chris Hemsworth? You're too hunky. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to make you look homeless.
I mean,
I honestly didn't know that was him.
They gave us Fat Thor in Endgame, so I guess this is the next step.
Yeah, Thor was the very first Avenger to fall.
Yeah.
Why? Because he's the strongest Avenger. Chris Hemsworth was the hunkiest of men, so they needed to take down Thor, and he was the very first Avenger to fall. First, they made him stupid in Ragnarok.
Yes.
And then they made him fat in Endgame.
Yeah.
So now he's stupid and fat
in Furiosa. It came full circle.
And now he's just ridiculous. Now he's no longer fat, but he's an idiot in the fourth Thor. I can't even remember what it's called. Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course they're going to go after him first because he's playing the actual mightiest Avenger. Like, he is a literal god. So it's like they're going to go after the actual strongest one.
Speaking of, oops, hold on, wait, let me put this back. Come on, there you go. Speaking of Marvel.
Oh, goody.
I'm telling you, we're going to go through these topics so quick, okay? Because House of the Dragon, I think it's on right now, and I want to watch it.
Bring it up, woman.
We're burning through these topics today.
What are we going to talk about?
Speaking of Marvel. Hold on, I want to show the whole window. Here it is. Dude, Blade. Okay, what is going on with Blade?
At this point, just scrap it. It's been in pre-production hell for the longest time.
They have lost another director. He's I can't say his name. Mahershala Ali has been attached to the project since 2019.
Yeah, Mahershala Ali.
They can't figure out,
Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala Ali. That's not what I said.
You kind of like you slowed it down trying to say it, but like yeah, that's just like pretty much.
Hold on, I need another cough drop. Look, when I went on vacation, I got sick, and I need another cough drop. Mahershala Ali has been attached to this project since 2019, and I don't even know how many directors it's gone through. But there's another director that they lost. They lost another director, and this has gotten to the most ridiculous point to where his representative has said that this Blade delay is the craziest thing in my professional experience. This is unbelievable.
It's 5 years. 5 years.
Yeah.
And it hasn't even started filming. Or if it started filming, it went back and like had to do reshoots and shit like that. And they're losing directors and they're doing script rewrites. And this movie's never going to see the light of day at this point.
They should just shelve it. But look at what he says. He said that deal was in 2019 and they still haven't shot it. They haven't shot it yet, which is pretty much the craziest thing in my professional experience. It is so bad. It is so bad that it has reached the ears of the man himself, Wesley Snipes, the OG Blade character. All right. He says, Blade, lordy. Folks still looking for the secret sauce. Riding snowmobiles in traffic, kind of rough. Daywalkers make it look easy, don't they? Look at him. He's taking shots because they can't figure it out.
They put out 3 movies with Wesley Snipes. They put out 3 movies with Wesley Snipes, and they can't even put out one with this new actor.
Like, I will take Blade 3 over whatever mess that Marvel decides to put out. I can't.
At this point.
Blade 3 is the weakest of the Blade movies. I will take that already. I will already take it over whatever they decide to put out. Dude, Wesley Snipes is throwing shade.
Yeah.
Just can it. Just not do it. Don't do it at all. Everybody is arguing over the script, all the rewrites, because here's the deal. You know that they want to take Blade and sideline him for a female character because that is the direction of Marvel right now. Like, that is it. That it is female-centric. They are getting rid of all of their male characters and going female. Like, there is going woman power at Marvel. And Mahershala Ali is like, no, thank you.
No.
I am not going to do that.
They're trying to do like
if I am stepping into the footsteps of Blade, right? Yeah. If I am putting on the Daywalker costume, like, I am not going to be made fun of. I'm not going to be sidelined in my own movie.
No, like I said, they did that with Fury Road, in my opinion, where they basically sidelined the actual main character, Max, in place of Furiosa. For like basically like a thinly veiled Furiosa film, and like basically baited you into seats because you thought it was a Max film. And if they try doing that with Blade, Ali is gonna be like, no, it's called Blade. I play Blade.
Yeah,
that's what people want to see. They're not coming to see power of the uterus woman over here, pretty much.
It's what people want to see, but unfortunately it is not what Marvel has on their agenda, right? Marvel has an agenda and it is not male focused. It is not male folk. It is woman focused, and that's why they're having so many problems with this Blade movie.
One of the problems they're also having is like their female characters cannot be attractive, and so the fact that we're in Pride Month, and I'm like, don't they think of the lesbians and the bisexual women out there? I mean, I think maybe they want to look at attractive women as well in their products, but we get androgynous galore. I can't even fucking tell what the gender is half the time.
Oh, I know. It's getting bad even in video games. In video games is like where you can really tell. Where you can really tell. Where you can really tell that they're going androgynous.
Think of the lesbians.
Yeah.
It's like just they want to look at attractive people like women too.
Man. This is such a joke. Oh my gosh. The fact that Wesley Snipes came out here and tweeted this out, just throwing shade. I absolutely love it. But Mara.
Steph.
Speaking of lesbians, all right, we gotta talk about the Acolyte.
Yes, because the Force is lesbian now, apparently, or some shit like that.
Gotta talk about the Acolyte. The Acolyte is so bad. Look, I found this article today. You think they would have learned, but no, they're not going to learn.
No. And just for I know, not every lesbian. I'm just saying, normal lesbians out there, not like the feminazis and the I didn't like Leslie Headland or whatever the fuck her name is. I'm talking about the like women, normal women who just happen to like women who want to see sexy women on screen. Pretty much.
I would love to see sexy women on screen. Like give me the women.
Yes.
But no.
Like, that actually looks like a woman and not like a man in drag.
Yeah. Give me
I'm just saying.
Give me the women. Give me all the women. But no, they give me grossness. Look at I love that like this is an article that's coming out right now. And they put it out there because like people are hating on they put it out there because people are hating on the Acolyte. It's like we all owe Aaron. We all owe Alden Ehrenreich an apology for Solo.
Not
really
the
worst thing to come out of Star Wars anymore.
I know. I'm saying like not really, but it's like maybe we were a bit too harsh.
We judged you a bit too harshly, my boy.
Yeah, just a bit. Just a bit.
It's not the worst thing to come out of Star Wars anymore, okay? Yes, give me women.
I'd say.
Oh my gosh, I read this article. This was actually kind of funny. They're justifying like
I would not say Alden was the worst part of the movie. The droid was actually the worst part of the movie, but Alden was not like the best. So
yeah, the droid was definitely the worst part of Solo. The shower scene was also the worst. The fact that they ruined the Millennium Falcon by downloading her into the Millennium Falcon. Yeah. It's a bad movie, but you know what? It's not the worst movie anymore. It's not the worst movie anymore.
No.
The Acolyte is. The Acolyte is. Let's go through this article.
Yes.
Oh, hold on, wait. Before I do that, there we go. And yep, it's still there. Okay. The Acolyte's 15% audience score is embarrassing. For the audience scorers, this is a Forbes article.
Oh, this Paul Tassi, like dickhead. I recognize that name.
Paul Tassi. Y'all should be embarrassed. It's not embarrassing for the Acolyte, okay? It's not. No. Paul Tassi has me blocked, by the way. It's not embarrassing for the Acolyte. It's embarrassing for you guys who are taking your time out of your day to downvote the Acolyte for sharing with Disney that you do not like the product that they've given you. It's embarrassing for you, not for the Acolyte.
You notice they never talk about positive review bombing, which happened with other Disney products in the past. On Rotten Tomatoes, particularly, they never talk about that. They never talk about the positive end of review bombing to like keep the score high. But when it's like low, all of a sudden it's the worst thing ever, and you should be ashamed for not liking a product that you're supposed to like because it has Star Wars stamped on it.
Yeah. All right. Let's go through this article. Let's read it. I previously reported that this started up right at the release of The Acolyte, quickly became the lowest rated Star Wars project besides the infamous holiday special. Now its former 33% score has dipped below the special's 20% score and is all the way down to 15%.
Maybe
at a certain point, this is just absurd.
You know.
And it says a lot more about the viewers than it does the quality of the show itself, which has barely even gotten started. Now, just 3 episodes in.
I'm going to stop you right there.
That actually says a lot about the show.
Well, if they don't catch you, if they don't draw you in within the first 2 episodes at most, the show failed. Because the show, like, first episode, right off the bat, is supposed to draw you in. Second episode is supposed to keep you. If they haven't done that, definitely by the 3rd episode, people can tell by the 3rd episode if they want to continue or not.
Yeah. Exactly. It says a lot about the quality of the show because it didn't hook the viewers. It didn't keep the viewers in. It didn't tell the viewers like, hey, this is a great show. No, the viewers watched the show and then they rated it and said it's shit.
Yes.
And then they watched the 3rd episode, which was by far the most controversial one. And they gave it another rating. The rating went down even further. He talks about the 3rd episode too in this article. But yeah, he's trying to say, like, why are you rating it so low? It's barely gotten started. It's only in the 3rd episode. And then he poses a bunch of questions in this article. Let's keep reading. No, I am not going to entertain a debate that this is not review bombing.
So he's not going to listen to any other opposing opinion. He's already made up his mind.
He's made up his mind. He's not going to listen to anything. No, I'm not going to entertain a debate that this is not review bombing. A 15% score is barely more than a third of the last most controversial Disney Star Wars project, The Last Jedi. I don't think that was the last most controversial Disney Star Wars project, but whatever. Nothing is even close except that holiday special. There's also how fast this happened. For instance, Ahsoka only has 5,000 reviews in on Rotten Tomatoes after being out for months. While The Acolyte has aired 3 episodes in 2 weeks, it has 10,000 reviews in. The last season of The Mandalorian only has 2,500 views. The beloved Andor, 5,000 reviews total years later. You know, that just shows that people are paying attention, right? Ahsoka only has 5,000 reviews because people didn't watch it. Same thing with The Mandalorian. That didn't retain its audience. And The Mandalorian's audience, like, just completely dwindled. And then not a lot of people watched Andor. Right? Not a lot of people watched Andor. But the people that did still reviewed it. So those reviews still count. They just don't count now because there's too many.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes has previously tried to curb review bombing in the wake of what happened with Captain Marvel's release. So you're admitting that Rotten Tomatoes did that on purpose during Captain Marvel, right? Remember the controversy with Captain Marvel when it came out?
Yeah, because people were giving negative, like, they were expressing their thoughts the only way they could, they knew how to through Rotten Tomatoes by like voicing what they thought.
Yeah, this is how the audience speaks out. This is how the audience sends a message to the companies that's producing all of this content through the rating system. And clearly, the audience does not like what Disney is putting out, what Lucasfilm is putting out, what Kathleen Kennedy is greenlighting in Star Wars. So this is the only way they can voice their opinions.
Does this mean the Civil War is done? That, like, we lost this? Or is it still going on? I've lost track.
I don't know. There was a Civil War? What are you talking about? I thought that was a rumor. Is that legit? What?
Anyway.
What are you talking about? Civil War?
Yeah. That's what I know.
Marvel's really you had to be a verified account in order to review a movie, but there has been no way to enforce such a system with TV. So here we are. Why is this happening? Here we go. These are his reasons. These are his assumptions as to why this is happening. There are a bunch of dimensions to this, and none of them are good. There's absolutely a racial and gender component to this. Of course, that's like his first go-to, right? That is their very first go-to. The audience is racist and they're misogynist. So that's why they're doing it, right? That's their immediate go-to. Is that the audience is racist and misogynistic.
That's the playbook.
Oh yeah. A clip from star Amanda Stenberg about making white people cry was shared tens of thousands of times online, taken out of context from an interview years earlier about her film The Hate You Give. Showrunner Leslie Headland has starred in many YouTube thumbnails lambasting the woke nature of the series, but also it allegedly breaking canon. The way he says allegedly breaks canon. No, this show broke canon. All right, this show did it. All right, it broke canon. It completely it completely laid waste and made Anakin Skywalker's like birth just inconsequential.
Irrelevant.
Like it just happens. It's irrelevant now. It just happens. Like you can totally do that, and that's what these witches did. They totally did that. It doesn't matter. The force is not the force. It is now the thread. It can be pulled and pushed, or it can be pulled and manipulated. It's not a power that you can wield anymore, right? Like she says that the Jedi wield the power of the force. It's not a power that you can wield. They don't wield this power. It's ridiculous. It's a rewrite of what people know to be canon in Star Wars. They're completely rewriting it and making it something completely different. So yes, it breaks canon.
Yes.
I like how they have Midnight's Edge thumbnail. This is a fucking disgusting picture of Leslie Headland. Oh my god. Hold on. Wait. I need to go to my...
Did they elongate her neck, or is that just how
Dude, I don't fucking know. Hold on. My tweet went fucking viral because I used that photo. Look at... I said, this thick-necked bitch just ruined Star Wars for anyone who had little bit of hope left in the franchise. A lot of people said that, like, they lost hope in Star Wars, right? But I feel like this show is what, like, She-Hulk is for Marvel, right? There were some people that were still holding on to Marvel and still hoping that Marvel can, you know, turn it around and be good again. They really wanted to like the show, so they told themselves that the shows were good. They're telling themselves that these shows are great, that, you know, that they like these shows, even though the shows were terrible. Until She-Hulk came out. And I saw a lot of people who really, really, really loved Marvel and were trying to hold on to Marvel, completely turn their backs on Marvel because of She-Hulk. This is that show, but for Star Wars fans. It's for all of those Star Wars fans who are watching these shows and still trying to hold on to Star Wars because it's Star Wars, because they love Star Wars. So they're telling themselves that all of these shows that they're putting out, even though they're garbage and trash, they're still watching them and telling themselves that these shows are good, even though they are not. And now this show comes out, and those people who are still holding on to Star Wars are letting it go. It's breaking those people. Those are the people that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the people that are already like, they know that Star Wars is garbage. They know that Star Wars isn't coming back. That people at Star Wars are making terrible decisions. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the ones that are still holding on to hope that Star Wars could be good. That they're telling themselves that Star Wars is good, that they're still putting out good shows, even though they're not. Those are the people that are really turning their backs on Star Wars now because this show is garbage.
Yeah,
like,
it's
those are the people that I'm talking about.
It's almost like Stockholm syndrome, pretty much.
That's 7 million views. But look at her fucking neck.
That's what I'm wondering. It's like, is that real? God.
Look at her fucking neck. It got 7 million views because of this neck.
The neck,
thick neck, bitch.
The neck showing around the world.
Honestly, like I was trying to see if it was elongated or something. I don't think it was. I think this is just a really bad angle for her.
I don't think there's any good angle for that woman, to be honest.
I know, that's true.
I don't think there's any good angle for her.
100% true. Hold on, I've got to go back to this article. Steeg says Dave Filoni is the one who got Headland to put those new lesbian witches into the Acolyte. Several interviews confirm it. Headland did what she was told. Yeah, 100%. Like, people who hail Dave Filoni, he's 100% backing all of this stuff. A lot of this stuff, are his ideas.
He's been ruining Star Wars well before Rian Johnson. It's just people were like, because he studied under George Lucas, he's going to be saving Star Wars. I'm like, he's the reason why the last season of the Clone Wars, like, he's the reason why the only reason why the Clone Wars was at all bearable was because George Lucas had a hand in the first about 4 or 5 seasons, and the last bit was completely Filoni, and it went to shit.
Well, here, because this was shared a bunch, right? This right here, Leslie Headland says that Dave Filoni was a mentor in making the Acolyte. A lot of people are like shifting blame. Now they're trying to blame the man because, you know, this show was made by a woman. She doesn't want to take fault for how the show was. So she's shifting blame to Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni very quickly became kind of a mentor of mine in terms of navigating what this part of the timeline would be like for both the Jedi and the other Force users. He told me, you know, not all witches are Night Sisters. And some people are just like, she's trying to shift blame, right? Now she wants to blame the man. Like, it's not my fault the show is bad. It's Dave Filoni's fault. But like this article was from, I can't remember how long ago this article was, but I remember this article because Dave Filoni talks about his role at Lucasfilm. He says, now I'm what's called chief creative officer in Lucasfilm. In this new role, it's opened up to basically everything that's going on. When we're planning the future of what we're doing now, I'm involved in the inception phase. And then it talked about Ahsoka. It even talked about the Acolyte and how he's very involved in the Acolyte and Mandalorian Book of Boba Fett. So like, he's very much involved with everything that they're making over at Lucasfilm. So like, yeah. For people to say like, oh, it's it like,
when someone's the CCO,
look, Dave Filoni, like, you're blind if you don't think that he's involved or if you don't know that he's involved. Like,
when someone's a CCO, they are pretty much at the helm of creative choices moving forward. So even with like wrestling that I'm watching, because you have this like, you know, Triple H is one of the CCOs, chief creative officers. Like, you know, he's the one that, like, you know, figures out where the storyline is going for like the wrestlers pretty much. Same thing for Filoni, same thing for any bit of entertainment. They're the ones that actually plan, or are supposed to plan, where the story heads, where it goes, and what they're going to do along the way. Have you seen any planning? Because I haven't watched any shit, and I'm like not seeing any planning.
What?
I'm not seeing any planning because like they break their own continuity left and fucking right. So planning would mean that they pay attention to their continuity of their own shit, and they're not even doing that.
I think they're planning. They're just planning something different.
I'm saying, but I'm not even saying that because planning requires paying attention without, like, you know, with like what they're doing, and they're not like. I'm saying they're breaking their own continuity. Oh my god, just brew.
I'm sorry. And then this chair crystal right afterwards. Thick lesbian.
Yeah.
Completely. Oh my god. All right. Let's keep going. This is the main reason for the surge since episode 3 aired, where fans. I like how he put like where fans. Like he put it in parentheses after fans. He had to like really say like fans. Believe the show has broken canon or destroyed the lore of Anakin Skywalker by implying that, like Anakin, the twins are a virgin for Force birth. Anakin was conceived purely through the Force alone, part of his chosen one mythology, and now they say that's happened again, ruining everything.
It wasn't like the Force alone because fucking hell, Darth Plagueis, and Darth Sidious, right, his pupil, pretty like Sith rule of 2. They were monkeying around with the Force pretty much because they were trying to figure out how Plagueis wanted to figure out how to live forever. All right, so he's monkeying around with
the Force countered that by creating Anakin.
By creating Anakin. That's the only fucking reason why. The Force didn't just one day wake up pretty much and go, you know what? I'm going to pregnant that one right there. No husband, no boyfriend whatsoever. I'm just going to put my fucking Force seed in her uterus and out pops the chosen one. That's not the way it worked.
Yeah. But look, hold on. He goes on to say, the problem is We simply have no idea if that's true. Even if that's what everyone is assuming after last week. Specifically, while they say the girls have no father, it is implied that their mother did something unnatural to create them, which would not be a spontaneous force baby situation. Well, it wasn't a spontaneous force baby either in Anakin's situation, right? It wasn't just spontaneously, created a baby. It wasn't. It was in reaction to what Plagueis was doing.
Yeah.
Dark side meddling, witch magic, cloning. He had the audacity to put cloning right here.
I'm too tired.
He put cloning
right now.
He's just making up shit right now. He said, we simply don't know yet. But that's not stopped fans from leaping to conclusions and saying that in 3.5-hour episode, the series has destroyed 50 years of canon. But it has.
First off, it hasn't quite been 50 years, so he's off.
Right. But it has, though, right? It has.
It has. I'm saying,
Anakin, because the Jedi hadn't seen anything like that with Anakin, with with how Shmi decided, with how Shmi explained how she was pregnant. They had never heard anything. They heard about the prophecy, but they didn't know about that, right? There was nothing before that. Well, now there is.
Yeah. It makes absolutely no sense. Because like you said, it had never been seen before. Like you could have children, basically with force powers born to non-force users, things like that. That's fine. That happens, but never before had they seen an immaculate conception, where basically a child was essentially born of the Force. Pretty much, yeah.
Cloning. Oh my god, I can't believe she said cloning. Or he said cloning. There's also pushback about the portrayal of the Jedi as not great. Not great. They're straight up cops. They are military evil men. That's what they are. That's how they're depicted in this show. Acting as space cops, rounding up force-sensitive kids to test and train. Not by abducting them per se, but luring them away from their families for their own good. Into
people that should be on the registered offenders list. I mean, it's bad enough that they were taking children away from their families, pretty much. Like how the Jedi operated, but the fact that you says, luring them away from their families for their own good, pretty much makes them sound like they should be on the registered offenders list
for their own good, which is what happened to Asha, and sparked the events that led to the death of her family.
So they're making the Jedi they're making the Jedi the bad guys, essentially. Yeah, is what I'm getting from that.
Yeah. So now he has to defend it, right? Now he has to say, no. Of course, the concept of Jedi as rulers has dealt with this topic many times over the years, most famously in the prequels, where the arrogant, clueless Jedi Council's actions or lack thereof directly led to the Imperial takeover of the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
He's not wrong, right? The Jedi got too involved in politics.
Yeah.
Right?
They became complacent. They got too involved. They forgot what they were actually supposed to be doing. So that is true.
Yeah, that is true.
But they weren't
depicted. Guys. Yeah, but they weren't depicted as bad guys.
No. They just lost their way, pretty much.
Yeah, they weren't depicted as space cops. Yes. They weren't basically. In the very first episode, Mara, one of the young Padawans gets into the spaceship and puts a spotlight on the person that they're trying to catch, and literally over a speaker, hey, stop right there, put your hand in the air. Literally a cop, literally police cop. She might as well have been in a helicopter. Did I break?
Yeah, Mara? No, they weren't clueless either. They were basically they couldn't. There was something clouding their vision, which was obviously the dark side, pretty much clouding their vision. But at the same time, they weren't bad guys. They weren't space cops. They weren't they're protecting the galaxy, but they weren't out there arresting people. They actually had people for that job.
Yeah, they were totally straight up arresting people. They were straight up arresting people in the first episode. They were arresting people. Keepers of the Peace, my ass. The 15% score is embarrassing. Not for the show, but for those review bombing it to, frankly, a laughable degree. I'm not even the Acolyte's biggest fan, as the first 2 episodes I didn't love. Though I thought episode 3 was more interesting. Oh my god. Just shows your fucking taste. Get out of here. Yeah. But the worst Star Wars project by an order of magnitude in the history of the series? And it just so happens to be one mostly starring black women? Oh my god. Get the fuck out of here. It is the worst story in Star Wars history.
Like growing up in basically early to mid 90s, like late 80s to like mid 90s, things like that. How many shows there were that were predominantly black casts that are still loved today because they were actually good shows?
Yeah. It's amazing. I feel like there's a bunch of diverse, television shows out there right now. They're not getting review bombed.
No.
Wow, what the heck? It's almost like this show sucks.
Maybe.
Almost like this show sucks. This whole situation is a parody of the modern toxic fan base of the series. And if you want to disguise it as being upset about canon, then it shows a distinct lack of understand of both the material of the show and the wider universe. You can critique a show, sure, but overwhelmingly, that is just not what's happening here. And it goes well beyond that. While we have many things like this happen in Star Wars fandom over the years, I can't help but feel like it's absolutely getting worse. Well, the shows are chronologically getting fucking worse. This show is terrible. The show is garbage. I think that a Star Wars Theory put out a tweet the other day that said, the Acolyte has united the Star Wars fan base in hating this fucking show. Because it is terrible. If there's one thing the Star Wars fan base is united on, it's that this show is garbage. And that's why it's getting so much. I think that's why, you know what? That's why it's getting so much hate, because it is united. Again, like I said earlier, right? The people that still had hope, that were liking and probably positively rating some of the Star Wars shows, are now turning heel and rating this show poorly, which is why there's more people reviewing this show as a bad show, because all of those fans that Disney wanted to get, they got those fans, but they also put out a shit product, and those fans that they got don't like it. They don't like this product.
No.
They don't like this show. So yes, it is a united front as a Star Wars fan base, and we are collectively not enjoying this show. We have collectively said, you know what? This show is garbage. It definitely 100% breaks canon. It is poorly acted. The sets look like shit. And it paints the Jedi, who are good guys, as bad cops. It is hilariously awful. And everybody is voicing their opinions and saying, you know what? Yeah, it's hilarious. It is awful. It is an awful show. And that's why the rating keeps going down. Because the show is terrible. But no, it's just that, you don't like the fact that there are women in the show, and you don't like the fact that there are black women in the show. You racist, bigot, misogynist. How dare you?
I remember shows back in the day where there's actually, black women leads again, and they were popular. They were loved.
Mm-hmm. I like...
movies.
Where are you at? Disbrew says he wants to be stood on. Yeah. Paul Tassi just wants to lay down and have women of color step on him.
Yeah.
That's the energy that he gives.
Pam Grier.
He just wants to lay down and just have people step on him. Just here, come on, just step on me. He would totally do that. He would be that person.
I dare Paul Tassi to claim that no one loves Pam Grier, Pam Grier's movies. The movies themselves might not have been the best, but holy hell, Pam Grier was loved. She was a black woman. She was lead. She was tough. She was like actually like assertive, not bitchy, and people loved her. The wrong. What's the wrong Acolyte?
It seems some Star Wars fans accidentally review bombed the 2008 Australian horror.
Sorry,
Acolyte.
Aussies. Sorry, Aussies. I blame the education system.
I thought this was funny. They're accidentally looking up the wrong show. Acolytes.
I don't know. The year should have been a clue. The description should have been a clue. I blame the education system. So sorry, Aussies.
I have to look that up.
Now I want to watch it. I want to watch it now that I've there's a 2008 Aussie horror film that was review bombed because some people thought it was the Acolyte series from Disney.
I need to see the ratings. It has 8 reviews, but 500 negatives. Violent, clever plot twist. Fascinating. Well, where are the bad ones? I love the cast and cinematography. The film is interesting. I don't see anything that says
unless people realize
anything about Star Wars.
Unless people realize it and deleted their reviews, if they can do that, I don't know.
They're all talking about it being gritty and tense. The 3 kids in the movie, slow moving, downright boring. All right. Young Australian actors. I don't see anything about Star Wars.
Bless you. Unless, like I said, unless people realize their oh shit dumb moments and delete, I guess you could delete the reviews.
Yeah, everybody's talking about Aussie. It's an Aussie film, an Australian film.
Yeah, it's an Australian film from 2008, Trey. That apparently people.
This article is claiming that people are negatively review bombing this movie instead of The Acolyte. Australian. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I'm going down pretty far. Nothing about Star Wars.
Yeah, I lean black.
That's it. I've reached the bottom. I'm not seeing anything about Star Wars.
Yeah. I remember the brandy-led Cinderella. It was weird that you had for the prince you had a white father, a black mother, and a Filipino look like son. But at the same time, it's that was a genuinely diverse film, and people were like, "Oh, this is actually kind of fun to watch." A little weird, but no one fucking cared that it was it was diverse as a black female lead or anything like that. So it was, you know what? Because you're asking, Gravy, if I could highlight your comment, I would. But I'll find that film and I'll do a watch party of it. I'll find that 2008 Aussie film and we'll do a watch party of it. Just because you're asking.
Yeah, I don't see anything. They say in this article it says that it went from a 42 to a 33%, but the audience number of ratings didn't change. So I don't know. Yeah, not sure.
I don't know.
Not sure. War Machine gifted 5 subscriptions. Thank you. Hold on, wait a second. I don't have my music. But you know what? You go on my wall. War Machine. I have to write it down or else I'll forget. 5 subs. And I'll put it on my wall. Thank you so much. If you were gifted a sub, make sure you go to the community tab and join my members only Discord. It's fun.
Thank you,
Heath Nation member message. Another Sunday, another stream involving the princess of Animal Crossing and Rhea Ripley's long lost nerdy cousin. That's Mara. Yeah. I haven't played Animal Crossing in a good minute because I've been obsessed with those Lego games. Mara, I've been playing Lego Jurassic Park. I'm on the 3rd Jurassic Park movie.
Oh yeah,
The one with the talking velociraptor.
Were you playing the?
Alan.
Were you playing the second one that I like saw?
Yeah, I was playing the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, I was playing the second one. I finished that one. I was upset because I wanted the little girl to do gymnastics and she didn't. Yeah. I wanted to do gymnastics, but I didn't get to. Cowman for $20. Thank you. You go on my wall too. I'm writing it down. Wesley Snipes, the GOAT, brah. Yeah. The fact that Wesley Snipes tweeted that out.
He threw
shade.
My
God, how embarrassing. That has to be embarrassing for Marvel. I mean, come on. Right? That has to be embarrassing. One, they're like, oh my God, the first black actor, right? Remember with Black Panther? The first black actor, the first black blah, blah, blah. And Wesley Snipes was like right there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Wesley Snipes is right over there.
Wesley Snipes, even Shaquille O'Neal was played
first
a superhero.
Black superhero.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Wesley Snipes played Blade. What are you talking about? First black superhero. He's right there.
Yeah.
He can hear you.
He can hear
you. And now
3 Blade movies and Disney came put out 1.
Someone said Blade Trinity was poop. You know what? Blade Trinity, that's gonna be better than whatever Marvel puts out. That's
which
it.
Is sad. Which is sad. Quite frankly, it's sad. But I would take.
The only thing I liked about
Blade
Trinity was Ryan Reynolds. Like that was it.
So
my kill for $5. The power of one. The power of two. The power of many. Dude, oh my God. That is so cringe.
Wait, hold on. The power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
That's the new thread, Mara. That's from the Acolyte.
I would normally ask what the fuck does that mean, but I'm like I don't want to. I don't want to kill my liver.
One versus one doesn't work. 1 versus 2 doesn't work. Many though, the power of many united. Yeah, it's stupid.
It doesn't make any sense, but okay.
Mr. Bentham for $5. I would force these reviewers to listen to the Power of Many chant in a loop for 5 hours and dare them to say it's a good show. Paid shills, F them. Have you not seen that clip, Mara?
I've seen the clip. I did not bother listening to it with sounds because, like I said, I love myself.
Oh, well, I like to torture you. Let me find it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I like to torture you. Got to find it now.
See, this is our relationship, chat. I love myself, and she loves to torture me. So it's like that's the vicious cycle we're in.
I'm gonna make her see Wicked.
Yeah, she is.
She's gonna see Wicked. Mara's gonna be popular. She's gonna be popular. Where is it? Hold on.
I'm going.
Gary tweets a lot. I didn't realize how much Gary tweeted. Wait, where is it? I thought he put it out.
I don't know. Someone did. I know I saw the clip going around. It had been Gary. Because I think I saw it was his tweet or one of his tweets I saw.
Where is it? Oh, here it is. Here we go.
Power of one, the power of two, the power of many. The power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
Do you know that feeling when your soul just dies? I think I experienced that just now.
The power of many. So fucking awful.
That hurts.
The power of two. The power of many. It's so bad.
It's so bad and it makes no sense. Like, what the fuck?
The power of manner. Oh my gosh. Mr. Bentham for 5. I would okay. Paid shills, fuck them. That's right. Yeah. Big O's member message. Star Wars is so bad now. It's basically dog shit, except dog shit would be more entertaining. Well, the dog's face when they're taking a poop. Joe C for $5. Just like Trump is uniting the country against the commies in our government, Disney is uniting us against them for what they did to Star Wars. Pretty much. Psychotic Mongoose, thank you so much for that gifted membership. Alberta Not a Retro for $5. Finally watched Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Doctor Strange. Winter Soldier was really good. Doctor Strange was meh. I like Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is good. Doctor Strange wasn't too bad. I mean, it wasn't bad, but yeah, it was all right. Alberta Not a Retro for $5. If you're looking for a topic, Google joking with the slapparazzi and see how disgusting Charlize Theron is to menfolk. Oh, bleh.
The power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
I'm doing this tomorrow, chat. The power of delusion. Like, there you go, Anthony. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And the music track is singing too. Yeah. Like, it's so bad. It is so bad. This show is god awful. It is garbage. Like, truth be told, I held off on watching episode 3 because I was like, I don't want to watch it. Right? I don't want to watch it, but downloaded it, watched it. I was like, oh my god, no. This is a terrible show. Burn up for $5. But Steph, she's a leader. She's a strong, powerful leader. Yes. Yeah. She's a lesbian leader. Bro. I carried them. I created them. Like, seriously. Mara.
Yeah.
That's a line in the show.
Oh my god.
That's a line in the show. I think Gary posted it, didn't he? Yeah, right here. Lesbian conception. I carried them. I created them. That's why they're black.
Is that supposed to be a female variant of mole species right there?
You know what? I don't know. I didn't really even care to ask that question. Either way, they're dead. They're both dead.
Just like my soul.
And the kids don't have horns. Well, because she didn't create them, Disparu, she did. The other one did.
Yeah, I know I'm all species, but I'm looking at the horns and I'm like
I said yes.
Fucking female version.
Well, they're dead now.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not dead? Oh. I don't know.
I don't care.
Do you even Star Wars? Oh my god.
It's more like a incredulous question that they would even have that fucking species.
The power of many.
It's obvious I don't fucking care about this shit, Itchy Jen, because this is shit. I've checked out Star Wars for fucking several years now, and you assholes come in thinking it's great and just shilling all over the place, thinking it's saved, and there's this fucking civil war going on, and all that stupid shit. I don't care about current Star Wars. I've checked out. I know my fucking Star Wars. Actual fucking Star Wars. This is not Star Wars.
Mara checked out after they got rid of the EU. That's where.
Yes, Itchy Jen. I don't fucking care.
Look at her eyes. She went crazy eyed. Mara checked out after the EU. That is her Star Wars. Is the EU. Dun 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 dun.
I wish I was paid as like what I like too.
What is this?
Maybe I'd actually have fucking money at this point.
What is this? What are you sharing?
Something that Phil shared DM'd to me. So if you want to watch it, it's like a cute turtle video.
Oh, okay. After that, yeah, let's watch a cute turtle video.
All right. So I'm gonna scroll.
Those little legs. Aw, they're working together.
No, see, there you go. And like all you need is a little push.
Yeah. Very cute. Yeah. After that, we needed a nice little turtle cleanser.
Yeah.
Turtle cleanse, the power of many. Oh my god, I was just sent this photo. Bro, is this Leslie Headland? Is that who this is? Hold on, let me get comfort before I show it. Is this
Trey? I was tagged in that, and I make you all suffer.
Fuck. Look at this photo. Andy Masterson sent this to me. Look.
Her face looks like she just caught a whiff of something bad. You know the face you make when like you just get hit with like the most heinous smell.
Look at her forehead.
And
nice.
Goddamn.
All right. Oh. Hold on. This is what we're going to end at. All right. What's up, Queasy? Hi. This is what we're going to end with. All right. We're going to end with this because I saw this. I actually saw this on Instagram before I saw it on Twitter. When I saw it on Twitter, I was like, oh my God, I love it. I love it so much. So this is what we're going to end on this clip. This is better than anything that Disney Star Wars has given us.
Look at it. Now the savior of those who walks wrong. In your form of living, you are nothing compared to me. I am all the shit.
This loses me at Ahsoka, but better than Rey.
I may have fallen, and you may be powerful.
Fuck that.
But there's one thing you forgot. I am the chosen one.
Better than all. I'm all the fucking Jedi.
Look, his face here, though.
Yeah, it's not the best, but at least he doesn't say I'm all the Jedi, which is the dumbest fuck line out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least it's not Rey. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not Rey. At least it's not Rey.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love that clip. I love it so much. I love it so much. Anyways, that was Talk Nerdy. I'm gonna get going. All right. I'm gonna get going and watch House of the Dragon. I'm so stoked for it. Thank you,
I feel like
guys.
I'm going to keep next week's Talk Nerdy to this time run for you. Like keep it at like so at 10 o'clock you're like bolting out.
Albert and I retro for 2. I am every Jedi. They're all in me. That sounds awful.
Phrasing.
I know, that sounds terrible. That's awful. Thank you, Mara. What do you have coming up?
Tomorrow I should be live on both my Kick and Twitch playing some more Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Tuesday I should be playing more Gears of War 2. Wednesday I'll be on my YouTube channel talking the first Jurassic Park movie, and then the following Wednesday talking Jurassic Park Lost World. I'll be on Orange Chat's channel this Thursday and next Thursday talking The Saint and The Ghost in the Darkness, and then Friday and Saturday, well, we'll figure out what's going on at that point each week, because I leave that up in the air for whether or not I stream or I do a watch party on my Discord. So that is pretty much my schedule throughout the week. So there it is. And then Talk Nerdy to Us will be on my channel next week, 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
Am I streaming tonight? Yes, I am streaming over on Kick and Twitch after House of the Dragon. So I'm going to go and watch that. And then I will be back here streaming on Twitch. We're going to play some more Jurassic World or Jurassic Park. We're going to start on the 3rd one. And I'm also I came home to some packages. So I'm also going to open those before I stream. So yeah, come and join me over on Kick and Twitch if you have not already. yeah, if you have not already, come and follow me over there. I have a good time. We have a good time. You know, I even sing to the chat sometimes. You get to hear me sing. All right, we're gonna take off. Thank you guys so much for all the love, all the super chats, for all the comments in chat. Make sure you like the stream on your way out. Don't forget, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Leave a comment. Give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment. I'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody. Mwah!